Hi, welcome. I am Engr Adebisi Akeem, and today we shall be going through the introductory class of AutoCAD Made Easy Volume 1. I hope you are ready for the lesson. For this lesson, you will need a laptop, a guide, Computer AutoCAD Made Easy Volume 1, a pen, a paper, and you will also need very much attentiveness. What shall we be learning in today's class? In today's class, I will briefly go into who am I and what you stand to gain by following this class. Then we'll go into what AutoCAD really is, how easy or how complex AutoCAD can be, and also how you as a person can benefit using AutoCAD software. Stay where you are and let's continue. First, I am Engr Adebisi Akeem. I am a lecturer of mechanical engineering at a polytechnic, and my core area of specialization is engineering design. I have been using AutoCAD software for the past 3 years professionally. I have been teaching and I have made so many beautiful projects with AutoCAD software. And one of the things I've learned is AutoCAD software is one of the easiest softwares out there for engineering design. In addition to AutoCAD, I have also used applications like SolidWorks and AutoCAD Fusion and some other. And I find AutoCAD very interesting to use, very easy, and very good for starters. So, what is AutoCAD? As I said earlier, my area of specialization is engineering design, where engineering design is basically the production of designs that will solve a particular need. In some university, in some polytechnics, engineering design is taught under courses like engineering graphics, engineering designs, technical drawing, and the likes of it. So, in the olden days, before now, engineering design is done by draftsmen and designers. These designers are very skilled in the use of T-square drawing board, pencil, French curve, and the likes of it, just like you already know. And they produce generally flat drawings that is used to communicate idea from the designer to the manufacturer. This is the basic importance of engineering graphics, which is communication of idea from one man to the other. Manual drafting, technical drawing, or however you choose to call it, has some problems, some issues. Chief of it is that it takes a lot of time to make a drawing. I may be working on a drawing, the same drawing, for a month, sometimes, because you need to manually draw each line in its respective place, which is usually very tiring and also not so efficient in scaling. If I need to produce 5 drawings, I generally need to produce 5 pieces of drawing on 5 separate sheets of paper. When I draw with T-square, pencils, and the likes, I have to be present 100%. No teas, no drink, and what have you, because any soil, any dirt on the paper results in a total begin again of the job. All these problems were easily eliminated with computer-aided design. Computer-aided design being simply the application of computer to design and drafting. Yes, application of computer to design and drafting. The computer is very versatile and very useful for a variety of purposes. We hear people saying, I'm a designer, I do graphics design, I design flyers, and I use the computer to make my designs. You see people saying I use computer to do Excel, spreadsheets, accounting. Computer is used for a variety of purposes, and one thing is in common with all these scenarios I just mentioned, which is that to use the computer for a specialized purpose, you need a specialized software which will enable you to harness the computer resources so as to generate the necessary process that you want. For engineering design on the computer, we generally make use of computer-aided design softwares. There are many computer-aided design softwares out there. Some of the most popular ones are AutoCAD, Revit, AutoCAD Civil, AutoCAD Fusion, SolidWorks, IdealCAD, Pro Engineer, and many more. I always like to introduce my students to AutoCAD. Why AutoCAD? I love to introduce my students to AutoCAD because AutoCAD is very, very easy to learn. Although AutoCAD comes with a subscription fee, AutoCAD is easy to learn. The syntax, the way the program was written, it was written with the user in mind in such a way that a newcomer, someone that has never heard of AutoCAD or never used any computer-aided design application, can begin using AutoCAD today, and in a week's time it can begin producing good designs. So let's draft into it. AutoCAD. Have you heard about AutoCAD before? When was the first time you heard about AutoCAD? For me, first time hearing about AutoCAD was not in my engineering classes. It was with a friend. My friend was an architect, or we should call him an architect in training then. He's now a professional architect. So he told me about this wonderful software that himself and his colleagues found online. And with this software, which he called AutoCAD, they could produce their architectural designs on their system whenever they want, wherever they want. Prior to discovering their application, they had to be in the studio where all the tools and equipments were, so that they could produce the design, and they had to sleep over. But he said with this newfound software called AutoCAD, they could design whatever they wanted to design on their system, whether they are at home or in the studio or wherever they are. And they don't have to worry about tea getting spilled on their drawing or any other, roughing of the paper or the likes. And once they are done with the design, all they do is they take the design to the printer prints it on a tracing paper. Then they take the tracing paper and place the tracing paper on their prepared drawing sheets, which they trace out the design, and their design is usually very accurate, very neat, and this made them score a lot of marks, and they were the lecturer's favorite. I was thrilled, and I wanted to get my hands on it. He at that time was using AutoCAD 2010, and I saw this software. I saw how he was doing it. Later on, I discovered AutoCAD was not used only by architects. Civil engineers use AutoCAD. Mechanical engineers use AutoCAD. Town planners use AutoCAD. In fact, fashion designers and artists use AutoCAD. AutoCAD is very versatile because it's more of a general purpose computer-aided design software. This video, this lesson, as well as the lessons that follow, talks on a broad term about the AutoCAD application, the tools, the interface, and everything it contains. And to the later chapters of this course, we shall discuss the specific application of AutoCAD, computer-aided design, to engineering design, where we can produce our technical drawings, and also to 3D design models for mechanical engineers. We shall also deal with building design and building services design, which some call engineering services. We shall also dwell into the applications of AutoCAD, computer-aided design, for civil engineers in design of foundation, structure, and the likes. So, what do we need in order to use AutoCAD? First, you need a laptop or a desktop computer. You need a computer. As we said earlier on, AutoCAD is a computer-aided design software. To use this software, you need to install it on a computer. But I hear someone say, what if I have no computer at hand? Can I use a phone? Yes. I have found an AutoCAD application that works well with a phone. It is available on Samsung stores, and I will verify. I will drop a link below if I find the application available on other devices that are not Samsung. You can as well check it out in your application store or through AutoCAD software if they are available for mobile. That being said, how do I know which AutoCAD to install? Or is it I just get a system and I get AutoCAD on it? Or is AutoCAD pre-installed on all systems? No. AutoCAD is a software that you purchase and install on a system you already have. AutoCAD does not come with its own system. So how do you get this AutoCAD? As I mentioned earlier on, I told you about my friend Ibrahim that was using AutoCAD 2010 when I first heard about AutoCAD. AutoCAD every year releases a new version of software. So we have AutoCAD 2010, AutoCAD 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 15, 16, up to 2020. And I'm sure as the year progresses, they will keep releasing a new version every year. Why do we have to release new versions every year? I must be frank with you. After seeing the AutoCAD 2010, I also met with one other colleague of mine that was using AutoCAD 2007. And AutoCAD 2007, although it was very great compared to the manual drafting, drawing was very tedious. In order to draw certain things, you need to set up the grid and measure your drawing with the grid and do a lot of visualization and things like that. But as AutoCAD released more and more versions, they fixed these bugs associated with older version, and also with newer versions you could draw things much faster and much easier. For example, if you use a newer version of AutoCAD 2016 and newer, easily you could draw an isometric circle, whereas before then in AutoCAD 2010 and before, you needed to construct it with arcs and lines. So which AutoCAD application will be best for you? The most preferred AutoCAD application that will be best for you is the most recent. As I said earlier, the most recent application of AutoCAD, the most recent version of AutoCAD application has previous bugs fixed and also has the easiest and faster way of achieving any set drawing in AutoCAD. But how do I know if my system is compatible with that version of software? The way to test is simple. First, you need to get to the AutoCAD website, which you can reach by going to autodesk.com. Autodesk.com. There, you will find the release of AutoCAD as well as other computer-aided design softwares that Autodesk produces. Also, you get to see the system requirements. System requirements are the minimum requirements, minimum facilities, both hardware and software components that your system must possess in order to install and run AutoCAD effectively. If you want to install the latest version of AutoCAD, your system must be one that has a 4 GB RAM or above. Your system, if you are using a Windows operating system, must be running Windows 8 or above, preferably Windows 10. You must have a pretty strong graphics card. For better workflow, you should have a strong battery backup, and also you should have at least a mouse. Although a mouse is not one of the system requirements, but for ease of design, having a mouse is much better for your design. I do hope that helps. If you do not have a 4 GB system, or your 4 GB system is running full, you can decide to get a lower version of AutoCAD. You can go for AutoCAD 2016, 18, 17, or any of the lower versions of AutoCAD that will suit your system. You can easily download the AutoCAD version of your choice from the Autodesk website, or you buy a specialized disc from software providers, software retailers, or from the internet. I strongly recommend that you stay away from cracked softwares, as you may easily contact a virus or a malware from using DOS. I do hope that helps. So, in this lesson, we've covered what AutoCAD software is and what AutoCAD software can do for you. We have also covered system requirements of AutoCAD. We have as well covered people that use AutoCAD and how you can how you can begin using AutoCAD in your area of study. We have as well covered how you can install AutoCAD on your system. For any question on any of the above mentioned topics, feel free to post a question and I'll be glad to respond. If you have this book, AutoCAD Made Easy, Volume 1, all we have discussed is on chapters 1 and 2. It will do you much good to go over the chapters 1 and 2 and read through, as this will bring the understanding of the topic so mentioned to life. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. Have a great day. Thank you.